Hi everyone, welcome to my live. Today I'm going to talk about the Cricut EasyPresses and I'm really excited to share. We're going to be making a onesie and we're going to be putting a little squirrel on a bike. We're going to iron that on today, and so if you are excited or maybe you want one of these for Christmas, maybe you can share this with someone who will give it to you, or someone who's thinking about getting one. You can share this video with them. So let's get started. So if you didn't know, the Cricut EasyPress is it's like an iron, but it's better and it works really well for iron on vinyl. The first one that came out, it's a Cricut EasyPress, is the one I have here, and it's a great one. They came out with one size, I think it's a 9x9. The plate underneath, I think, is 9x9. It comes with a little cradle, and there's a mat that is how you iron it, so you can iron wherever you want. And then this year, Cricut came out with two more sizes. So they have the small one, this is a 6x9, and the really large one, which I think it's a 9x16, I can't remember, and each one is a different weight. The smallest is the lightest weight and the largest one is the heaviest weight. And so little ones are perfect for, you know, like a onesie or tiny pouches or something like that. The medium one is the most versatile and can do like t-shirts and stuff like that. And then the largest one is like for sweatshirts or large bags or stuff like that. Like I made this this banner using this large one, and if I would have only had that small one, it would have taken me forever. But this large one could do it in like 2 heating times. So the other new things about these, the EasyPress 2 versus the EasyPress, the first one, is that it heats up faster. I'm going to turn this little one on. I'm going to change the temperature. So it's heating up, and I think it heats up like within a minute or two, so you'll hear it beep when it's ready. The other new thing is that the back has a little port, so if there's any firmware updates from Cricut, then you can plug it right into your computer and it will update it. The other thing I really love is that, so when you turn this one off, it resets the time and the heat, but when you turn these newer ones off, the EasyPress 2, it remembers your settings and it will turn right back onto your settings. So if you have like a shop and you're doing the same kind of iron on vinyl over and over, then it would remember it and it would just go back to that, which is great. Instead of having this one, every time I turn it on, I have to reset it to the new temperature, whatever I'm doing. And so the other thing I was going to mention is that, so I sew a lot of clothing and I love to sew clothing, and one way I use these when I'm just sewing clothing and I'm not doing iron on vinyl is that I like to use this large one. Oh, did you hear it beep? That's how fast it heated up. So I like to use the large one for when I'm doing a big piece of interfacing, like I'm doing fusible interfacing and I have like a big thing like a large bag, or I'm doing block fusing and then cutting out my pieces. I will use this because it's just so big and it gets everything at the same time. I also love this one when I'm ironing creases in pants, like when I'm rehemming my husband's hems and I have to press the hems and I have to like fix the pleat. Then I'll use this because it's heavy. This is a pretty hefty thing and it's just a large surface area for ironing, so it's great. The one thing I was going to say is that, so these mats, they seem like, well, why would I need that? I have an ironing board. So an ironing board is great, except that it kind of sucks the heat out of the EasyPress as it's working, which makes the temperature fluctuate. And these mats like hold the heat up against this plate, making the heat stay and then you won't have problems. Because iron-on vinyl, what it needs for the glue to work is it needs heat, like even heat, and it needs just a little bit of pressure. It doesn't need a ton of pressure, just a little bit. And so that's why you need these mats, so that the heat can stay even. And then these are, you know, a little bit hefty. I think this is probably around 4 pounds or something. So it's not too heavy, but it's just enough to give that pressure. When I do this one, I often do a little more pressure because it's so tiny, and it's not as heavy as these guys. This guy is like a heavy one. So let me know if you have any questions about the Cricut EasyPress or the EasyPress 2. I know for a fact, I emailed Cricut and I asked that they are going on sale for Black Friday. So if this is something you're thinking about you want for Christmas, you should get it at Black Friday, at their Black Friday sale. I know that Cricut is going to have it for sale, and maybe Michael's and maybe Joanne. I'm not sure about the other one, the Joanne and Michael's, but I do know for sure that Cricut will have a really great Black Friday sale. So maybe you should send this video to someone to tell them about the Black Friday sale and that this is what you want for your Christmas gift this year. So we're going to make this onesie. I'm going to put this onesie right here on this mat. Make sure that it's covered. And the first thing you need to do is you need to heat the area that you're doing. So I just kind of, it doesn't need to, you know, you don't need to do it for 30 seconds or something, but you do need to get it warmed up so that you can put it on. So this is all warmed up, and I'm going to put this iron-on vinyl, so this is the sticky side down. So I found this image, make sure there's no hairs stuck in it. So I found this image in Design Space. It was one of the Cricut Access images. I think it had words under it or around it, and it said something like a boss or something, and I decided that I just wanted the squirrel. I didn't want the words because I think this squirrel is so cute and so fun. So I'm putting that on. It's still warm. Gotta make sure that it's even. And then I take my EasyPress, I put it on, I start the timer for 30 seconds, and as you can see, I'm pushing down more than the weight of this one because this one is so tiny. Because you want to give it enough pressure that glue really fuses to the fabric. So we're just waiting for the time to be done. I think iron-on vinyl is so fun and so great. Okay, there was the beep, that one's done. And then we're gonna flip it over and do 15 seconds on the back side. So I don't ever reset my timer when I'm doing a shorter amount of time, I just watch it and change it. And I'm using everyday iron-on vinyl. That's just the simple basic iron-on vinyl that Cricut has. I use black, and the everyday iron-on vinyl you can peel when it's warm. So I'm gonna peel it right now, and there is the super adorable onesie with the cute little squirrel. I think that's so fun for little boys, and it's so simple, but it really dresses up a onesie. So this is great for gifts and fun things like that. And if you've ever tried doing on iron-on vinyl with an iron, you can support that it's so frustrating. I remember when I first started doing iron-on vinyl, I would do a regular iron, and it was so hard to get everything to stay on because, like, the iron, you know, the shape of iron is kind of like this. So all the heat comes from the middle and spreads out. And so in the middle, there's even heat, but then on the outside, the heat is fluctuating. So it's like when you're doing, you know, even something this small, you have to get the middle of the iron on every spot to get that even heat, to get the the glue to fuse. And I made some stuff last year and I used an iron with the iron-on vinyl, and it's peeling off because I don't think I ever got it fused on correctly. When stuff like this is just like it's glued on there, it's not coming off. I think Cricut said something, they have something new, like their iron-on vinyl, they have like a new strong bond, and it goes through like 50 washes or something. I can't remember. I learned about it this summer and I can't remember the exact number, but it's like a crazy amount of washes and dries that you can do when you're using their new strong bond iron-on vinyl in one of their EasyPress. So I'm pretty sure that the regular EasyPress is cheaper than the EasyPress 2s. So you could get the EasyPress, the original one, cheaper. It just only comes in one size, and you don't have the USB port to update it in the future if Cricut ever does updates. And then the temperature will reset every time you turn it off. But if that's not something that bothers you, then I'm sure it will be a really, really good deal at Black Friday, and that might be something that that you would want. One thing I was going to mention, so these are EasyPresses, and maybe you've heard of a heat press, and those are those giant machines. They're not that big. They're like this big. They look like a mini iron, and they have this thing that comes down and presses on it. I know a lot of tailor shops use it when they're pressing creases into pants or pressing the hem, but I know people use it for iron-on vinyl, and so that is great. It has more pressure than these, and the glue doesn't need that much pressure, but it does have even heat. I think those are more expensive than some of these. I can't remember. I think a heat press is about 200 or something. So maybe it's just about 100. So that is another option, but I do think these are a little bit easier, and I think the heat press takes a long time to heat up. So once you wait for it to heat up, you'd want to do a lot of projects to make it worth it, like the time to heat it up. These heat up so fast. This one is way fast to heat it up. And even this one is just a couple of minutes. So it's worth it if you just want to do lots of quick projects and just do one thing at a time. But I hope you learned something new about the Cricut EasyPress and the EasyPress 2. I hope you share and like this video. Share it with someone who can give you this for Christmas, or who's interested and wants to know if there's going to be Black Friday sales. And I will talk to you later. Bye.